Last week, the New York Times published the obituary of a Korean woman who died at the age of 73 on December 16th, 1997. But why now? And who was this woman? Well, the Times is now publishing a series of obituaries about people it considers remarkable, whose deaths went unreported at the time, and thus Kim Hak-soon's story has gained global recognition. A fitting date for such a tribute might have been August 14th, not the date of her death nor of her birth, but the day in 1991 when she became the first of the former comfort women to publicly break their silence about the sexual slavery they suffered under Japanese colonial rule, which ended with the close of World War II. Living alone in poverty, she described how she was taken by Japanese soldiers to a comfort station in China during the war when she was just 17, and then repeatedly subjected to unimaginable brutality daily. This was hugely significant because, as the Times states, her public testimony about the horrors of sexual slavery that Japan had engineered for its World War II military encouraged other survivors to step forward. As many as 200,000 women from various countries are estimated to have been forced or otherwise lured into Japanese comfort stations across Asia and the Pacific. But this state-sponsored sexual slavery was denied for a long time by political leaders in Japan and remains a matter of contention between Seoul and Tokyo today. And here, in front of the Japanese embassy where this comfort woman statue sits, a protest is held every Wednesday. The weekly protests were actually started by Kim and others back in 1992. She said in her last interview that she hoped to live to be 110 or 120 if necessary, feeling the responsibility to help ensure that the Japanese government would take legal responsibility for its sexual slavery and reach a compensation agreement. She'd be nearly 100 if she were still alive today, but sadly she died, like so many other victims, without achieving a resolution with Japan. The closest they came was 2015, but a comfort women deal reached between Seoul and Tokyo that year was later decried as flawed by current President Moon Jae-in, as it did not even take the opinions of victims into account. Yet Kim did leave that legacy of emboldening others. A total of 238 former comfort women in South Korea have come forward. Alexis-Dudden, history professor at the University of Connecticut, describes Kim as one of the bravest people of the 20th century. Dudden adds that her initial statement prompted research into what the United Nations calls a war crime and crime against humanity. The campaign for Japan's full recognition and cooperation goes on.